Yes, it's me. It's me, Shannon Dale Stott, and I am doing so many things at once right now. So I am streaming on Instagram. Hi, Instagram fam. I am streaming on StreamYard and just all the places, Facebook and all of it. It's the day after Christmas, friends and family. It's the day after Christmas. And guess what? I'm here. You know who we're missing? We're missing one of our favorite people, Emily Arnold Fleming, who is doing the thing. If you know anything, if you have been hanging out with us, whether that's on Instagram, whether that's on Facebook, if you have been tuning in on Mondays, hi, then you know that our friend Emily Arnold Fleming is 100% pregnant. And I was like, Emily, take a dang diggity old moment to take care of your body and love thyself. So if you're in the chat, say hi to Emily. If you're thinking about Emily, say hi to Emily. She is taking care of her body. She's taking care of her baby's body. She's taking care of her mind. And I wanted to come in and check in with everyone and say hi, because this is what we do. This is what we do. If you don't know where you are at Improv On and Off This Topic every Monday, 4 p.m. This would be 8, but 4 p.m. Central. And we talk about improv as it pertains to the topic. And we've got a couple of different things. So we've got you over here. This is what I'm over here, right? This is Instagram, and you over here, this is everywhere else. And we'll see what we can sort of get into. I will tell you, look at this. Yay! The one thing that you are missing on Instagram is a slideshow. I just figured out how to do the slides. A really cool slide came up. It says Improv On and Off the Stage. And just, what I'm asking is for you to be proud of me. That's all I'm asking. Hi, Yolanda. Yes, Emily. Yolanda says, congratulations. It's a big time. It's a big time. So let's get into why we're here. We're talking about improv and how it helps us do anything and everything. And I think, if this whole slideshow goes the way I think it, yes, yes, it's happening. Thank you so much for clapping for me. I am very proud of myself. Because usually Emily is the slideshow whiz. So yep, thank you, Charlotte. And today I am the slideshow student. Anyway, the big topic is creativity, and overall, the big topic for On and Off is community. And the little topic is creativity. And we're talking about creativity today. And this is the thing that I wanted to get into. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, that's a picture of Emily Arnold Fleming. She's a licensed board certified behavioral analyst. And I put this up here because, she's usually here and we're thinking about her. So yes, Yolanda, thank you. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for being here. And thank you for Yolanda was on our show. It was amazing. Go back into the YouTube archives and look for Yolanda, because she talks about some really amazing things. And it was excellent. Hi, Emily. The next slide, please. And we'll be on this slide for a little while. So this is what I wanted to read to you. I was so surprised at the way my family came together this year. It made me rethink me. And I want to talk about what happens when, oh no, like now I can't. Sorry. Okay. What happens when it seems the world around you is being creative? How do we adapt? How do we accept what is and what was? This is a big thing for me. So I'm going to be super honest. This is what I'm going to take this slide down for a second. Yes, look at that. I really was toiling with my family coming to visit me this year. They came, my mom came, my sister came, my dad and my sister's new husband all came to visit. And the huge thing was I was distraught. I was completely distraught. I'll be honest, it was a big deal for me. And I was thinking about the roles that we play when we are in family. Oh my goodness. And by the way, if you are, whether you're on Instagram or anywhere else, just chat away. Tell me if any of what I am saying resonates with you. But I really had a hard time getting ready for my family to come visit because I was so stuck in how I was going to get around the role that I always fall into, right? I'm always falling. I wonder if you all have this in your life where you know what you act like when your siblings, any family, when your siblings, your parents, your aunts, your uncles, you have this role that you are playing and that you are falling into. And this time I was all ready for it. I was just ready to not fall into the role, to not do what I'm usually doing, to really change the game, play by a different set of rules, all of these things. And what I found was I didn't even need to do any of that. I worried myself absolutely sick. Now, in all honesty, I feel like the worry was necessary. I feel like the worry was absolutely founded, right? It wasn't like it was a new thing, or it wasn't like, oh, this is something different. It was all of my years of being trained into the family that I'm in and figuring out what my role is in that family. And I, yes, yes, yes. You know what? These are the things I can do. Ha ha! Charlotte is talking about, yes, it's very, very relatable. Not so much, I'm gonna, this is what we do. Oh, 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 so weird. That's so weird. This is very relatable, not so much for me around the holidays, but overall in my family, particularly with my mom. I've been working on that in therapy, and it's been hard to let go of what was. Yes, absolutely. So the thing that was going on with me was that, right, I had to let it go. My family has changed over the years. We've gone through a lot together. We've gone through a lot apart. We have done a lot of work on ourselves. And when it was finally time for us to come together, all of the worry, all of the anticipation, all of the stress and anxiety that I had like built up, this is going to change. It was for naught, honestly. It wasn't that it was gone. It was that I had done all this worry about it, and it felt like for nothing. Yes. Charlotte is saying she is trying to meet her mom where she is now, and not who I want her to be, which is frustrating. Yeah, I would agree. And here's the thing. For Charlotte, you're talking about who your mom is now and who you want her to be versus who you want her to be. And for me, I am thinking it's almost the opposite. Like, who do I want my mom to be for a long time? I just wish my mom was this, and this. And then when she came, she was those things. She was those things. So this whole thing, this is what I'm talking about, this slide. I was so surprised, yada, yada. But how do we adapt? How do we accept what is and what was? And for me, this feeling of like, Well, I had all this I had all this anticipation of how I was gonna react to my mother or my father or my sister or her husband. How I like this. You can see it if Luke Wallens was here. I think our drama therapist, he would point out how my body is like hanging out right now, right? This idea like I had my guard up, my fists closed. Our body shows us how we really feel and how we are moving through something, right? And this is how I was moving through it. I was moving through with anticipation, ready to fight, fists up, palms closed, not wanting to negotiate, right? This is the reaction that I was having when I was thinking about my family coming. And then when they came, man, I just didn't need this. I didn't need this at all. I didn't need it at all. And the thing is, what do you do when you're set? Like, I was set for this. I'm set. This is what I want. How do we release, right? This is me releasing. How do we release and be open when it feels like we're talking about creativity? I was going to see if do I even have a creativity slide. I think I had it before. But when we're talking about creativity and how it's showing up around us, it feels like the world is being creative. It felt like my family suddenly was creative, change. When we talk about being creative, we often are talking about change, right? How do we change the way that we're already doing something, whether that is in a scene on stage or whether that is in our families, whether that is at work, but there is a result that we're looking for. And the way we are coming towards that result, maybe we need to change it. And when we say change, right, we are also saying creativity. We're talking about creativity. We need to be creative in the path that it takes to get to the result. But here is the thing that I am grappling with you all, and that is, what if the result has changed? What if the result is already there and the path that we're taking is no longer, if this is the path that I'm taking, it's no longer useful or no longer beneficial. It's not useful, beneficial. It's not necessary. It's interesting, right? So I say it's interesting, but my expertise is improv. So when we're talking about the path, what improv teaches us is, in the moment, we are adjusting. In each moment, we are adjusting and we are listening. Yes, yes, yes. Charlotte is saying the other no longer serves you, right? Yes. In each moment, we are adjusting and listening and responding. This is what's happening when we're talking on stage. When we're talking about being on stage in improv, it is very easy to see a scene, have an idea about the results of that scene, go into the scene, whether that's like, I'm using this as an example, but really what I mean is we go into the scene with a preconceived notion about how the path will look to get to this designated place that we have in our minds. And in improv, what usually ends up happening, because we teach just let's call it a structure. We do teach structure. For those of you wondering or watching, you're like, what do you mean you teach a structure? What are you talking about? Go back and watch some stuff that me and Emily have talked about. But one of those structures is the hero's journey, right? This idea. Oh, and another structure is just story, the beginning, the middle, the end, and the two things that might happen in between. So we've got a beginning, right? Then something a little bit happens. Then we have a middle, and then something a little bit happens, and then we have an ending. And when we have that structure already built in our minds, which is fair, right? When we think about, for instance, the structure of work or the structure of going to work, we have the beginning. That's getting up, brushing your teeth, washing your face, getting dressed, thinking about the day. Then we have the middle. You've gotten to work, you're eating your lunch. Your coworker has always said that thing that your coworker always says, and you respond in the same way, right? And then we go and we are at home, the end. It's time for bed. We're thinking about, or this is always me brushing my teeth, and we go to bed. Those structures are playing in our minds. And when we'll take this example, when we wake up and we're thinking about, okay, well, this is the thing that always happens at work. I better dress this way. I better look this way. I'll have these responses ready, this, that, and the other. And I will follow the steps until I'm right back here brushing my teeth and going to bed. But what happens when you have a flat tire, right? You weren't anticipating that. What happens when you get there? My goodness, we're thinking a lot about Buffalo. What happens when your whole day, your whole life, especially in the moment, your whole day suddenly just completely shifts. And this preconceived notion about how you were going to get through the day changes. What happens? What happens? Well, for improv, as I was saying, we are taught to look at things as they are coming at us in each moment. We are responding to each moment. And sometimes choosing a different reaction to the moment, even if it's the same moment, like, oh, this person always says this thing. What's something I haven't tried? What's interesting? What's creative? It gives us a chance to react genuinely to what is happening in that moment. And sometimes reacting genuinely is so vulnerable. It's so vulnerable. And it is, or at least it feels easier to just do the thing that you've always done. Yeah. But I challenge you, just like I challenge my students, to go through some things that you haven't tried before, to listen to what's actually happening in the moment and what may be being asked of you in that moment, whether it is overtly being asked of you or not, right? I'm thinking about right now that thing. I love this idea of going to work and you've got that thing that always happens. The person always says this thing to you. And maybe that thing is a good thing. Maybe it's like the joke that your coworker always says, and it makes you laugh genuinely. But maybe it's the thing that your boss always says to you that rubs you the wrong way. And you have this idea of, okay, I always react this way. And it always gets me through whatever this thing that's rubbing me the wrong way is. But maybe in that moment, what you're being asked, even if it's not overt, is to stand up for yourself. And what happens if you choose that path? It's a very vulnerable place to be. Charlotte has joined us on Instagram. You're just jumping around. It's great. It's a very vulnerable place to be. But it gets us to a more interesting and maybe more heartfelt and maybe even more genuine, but more in line with your values. If Emily was here, Emily, I'm going to put you back on screen here. If Emily was here, she would reference what she enjoys referencing, and that is, what do you value? And if we just walk this back all the way to my own experience with my family, I'll say that what I value in my family is genuine connection. Learning about what is genuinely happening with each member of my family, and also what has genuinely happened with each member of my family, which just means what are they really going through? What is bringing them joy? What is bringing them heartache? And in the moments that life, this time, it wasn't me having to, it was me having to be creative, but I had to really drop this. I had to drop the anticipated narrative in the moment and listen to what was being asked of me that was nonverbal, right? I didn't know I would be asked to nonverbally, right? I didn't know I would be asked to be open to hearing stories about my father's youth, or to be open to taking care of my sister and her husband in a way that I wasn't anticipating to take care of them. So this whole idea, I'm going to go back to this the why we are here, right? This idea. I'm tilting you guys. Excuse me while I tilt. Maybe I'll just, this will be the angle. But we're back at this idea. I was so surprised at the way my family came together this year. It made me rethink me. Yes. And I wanted to talk to you about what happens when it seems the world around you is being creative. How do we adapt? How do we accept what is and what was? And this is a big thing. Accepting what is, for me, was, oh, my family has done work. They see me in a way that I have been wanting to be seen, but was never expecting actually to be seen. And I was just ready to fight. I was so ready to fight for being seen the way I wanted to be seen. I was so ready for that. And I really had to let go of that narrative. I had to let go of that process so that I could be in the moment that was actually surrounding me. And that's what this spot is, right? How do we accept? How do we adapt to what was? How do we accept what was? It used to be this way. It used to be that I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel listened to. And now it's a new way. So then how does that affect me? This question is when, this idea, it made me rethink me, because, okay, well, the Shannon that was moving through the world like this, having to fight or feeling like I had to fight, that Shannon moved through the world a certain way. Well, now if I no longer have to fight, then who am I? Who am I? Really, truly, like, who am I? How do I move through the world? How do I act? And I got to experience some of that with my family being here. So I think as we wind down, because we've got a few minutes, if Emily was here, she would say, it's time to go. Emily, here you are. I like it when you're here. So but for you, she's not there, but for these people, she is. Before we go, I think what I want to remind people of or think about is, let's see. How do we adapt? How do we accept what is and what was? On stage, we are present. We listen to what is being asked of us, whether that is verbally or non-verbally, and we react, we choose, we react by listing in our minds, what is being asked of me? How do I usually react? And what are some other ways that I can react? Who am I? What is important to me, to my family, to my audience, to my improvisers? What's important? What do we all value? And how can I move forward in that? Okay, listen, we have to go. I've got to go. If you have questions, let me know. But there's a couple of things. There's this. We have a Discord. Ooh. There's so many things. Oh my gosh. Instagram that you're missing it. We have a Discord, and what we also have is a virtual improv. Well, before I get there, on Discord on Wednesday, December 28th. That's in 2 days. On Wednesday, December 28th, 7 p.m. Central, we have a hangout in Discord. So it's going to be me and the rest of the crew, the on and off crew. We're going to hang out and just ask questions. We're going to talk about creativity. We're going to talk about improv. We're just going to hang for a little bit. So go to Improv on and off the stage, onandoffthestage.com, and look for the Discord. Look for Discord. You can DM me. You can find out all the information there. You can join the Facebook group. There's also one other thing. We have a virtual class coming up. Our virtual workshop is Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Our virtual workshop is Tuesday, December 27th. Also my anniversary with my husband. And it's from 6:30 to 8:30. So join us there. Go to Improv on and off the stage. Go to Improv on and off the stage. Go to onandoffthestage.com. Look up Shannon Stott, onandoffthestage.com, and join us. Sign up for a workshop. These workshops, we call them, they are attunement focused. So our workshops really are based on how we move through the world and how improv helps us do that. I have one slide left. It says for you here, it says Improv on and off the stage, because that, my friends, is all we've got. That's it. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season. I hope it's going so well. If you're in need to hang out, come hang out with us. Come hang out with us on Discord. It's going to be great. If you have the need to reach out to me. I am available, where I am leaning so hard on making sure that you all are taken care of and feel loved. Really, that's really all I want. I want people to reach out, feel loved. I'm here for that. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. Yay! All right. As we always say before we leave, if I don't see you here on the topic or at a show, I definitely will see you on and off the stage. Mwah. Bye. Bye.